Three, two, one. Welcome to another edition of Fantasy Update, the only fantasy update show where you can get up to the second stats, tips, tricks on the Joey Marsh League. I'm your host, Ryan, along with your co-host, Ben, as always. And what do you think, Ben? Any thoughts about this week? Really, dude? You're giving me shit about losing to John Brown right away? That's what we're doing this? That's what we're starting this? Fuck you, dude. I don't need him. Doing this alone this week. I don't need nobody. All right, let's go. Matchups. Let's start with it. It's Miller time versus This Girl Is on Fire. This Girl Is on Fire 117 to It's Miller time 110.5. It was a close matchup. Kirk Cousins stepped up big for John, 27.4 points. Frank Gore, 14.1, consistent as always this year. Dez Bryant went off, 23 points. He had a couple players come up big, and my team just couldn't handle it. Drew Brees, 15.4, not quite as up to his normal standards. Brandon Cooks, 8.4. The Brees-Cooks connection wasn't quite there this week. Lamar had 18.3, almost got me that win on Monday night, but he just couldn't quite do it. So congrats, John. You had a nice win. Next matchup, Julio gonna call with 118.4 against Fantasy Football Team, 54.3. You know what that sound is?
Yes, sir.
The blowout of the week. James, you fucked up. You lost big time. You couldn't even break 55 points. I mean, that's rough. Tyrod Taylor only got Chris 8.5 points, but it didn't even matter. Le'Veon Bell with 30.1. Julian Edelman with almost 19 points, 18.9. And Zach Miller, 13.6 points. Even before he got hurt, he put the team on his back. Graham Gano, 13 points. James, his flex, John Brown, 0 points. Chris Thompson, 2.4. Alan Hearns, 1.4. His team just was not looking good this week, and the results showed big time. So step it up, James. You're not looking too good right now. Next matchup, Brown versus Board of Education with 120.1 points against Diggs out for Harambe, 74.3. And John lost a pretty big matchup. He's in the playoff hunt. He's still doing pretty well, but he lost a pretty big game. But like we've been saying, Mark's team is good, and this week showed it for sure. Aaron Rodgers, 29 points, looking great out there. Antonio Brown, 11 points, and Robert Kelly, 31.7 points. So that was a big game for him and a big win for Mark. Tom Brady got John 28 points, but AJ Green got him 0 points, and unfortunately his injury looks pretty serious. He could possibly come back towards the end of the season, but it's probably not going to really help much. So that's a huge loss for John, and a playoff contender losing one of his top, arguably his number one player on the roster. So that's going to hurt him. So we'll see how his team can get together, see if they can rally the troops and keep winning games, but I don't know. That's tough. All right. Next matchup. This is a big one. Morning Woodhead, 92.7 points against OBJYN, 88.4. This is the upset for the ages. The belle of the ball, the Cinderella story. Morning Woodhead, Jeremiah's team just getting wins left and right now. He's on a 3-game win streak. And, he didn't put up too many points this week, but it was just enough to get him the win. James White, 15.3. That was a nice play, even though Deion Lewis is back. He still played him, and it came up big. Lions defense, 20 points. That was very nice. And Melvin on a bye, too. So he didn't even have his number one player, and he still got the win. Brett just had an off week. Chiefs defense got him 0 points. So Russell looking great. He got pretty much 25 points. But Martellus Bennett only got 1.9 points. And Brett, as much as this pains me to say, you were the fuck up of the week this week. You could have played Travis Kelce. He went off big time. Rashard Matthews or Cole Beasley in your lineup, and you would have won by a decent amount. So you done fucked up. All right. Next matchup, Dak to life, Dak to reality with 120.2 points against Why Did I Draft Golden Tate, 116. This is quite the close matchup, and Ben pulled it off, which is good for his team. He needs a nice win. Dak Prescott, 25.6 points, just looking great out there. Steve Smith Sr., 19.9. He's doing it. He's old, but he's doing it. He's tearing it up. And for Joey, he started Blake Bortles, 12.4 points. That's rough. Rashad Jennings is looking good, 21.4. T.Y. Hilton, 18.2. But they both had great matchups. They both did well, but Ben just got the better of Joey this week, and that's about all you can say. All right, last matchup. Ben's Burgers with 104.1 points against Zeke Leak, 85.8. Mike's fighting for playoff contention, and he needed to keep getting some wins, and he did. Again this week, second week in a row he got a win. Ben Roethlisberger got 8.7 points, so not a great showing by him, but of course David Johnson, 31.5 points, stepped up again like normal. And Jamison Crowder, the late season pickup by Mike, is looking great, 17.7 points. Nick, Derek Carr, 21.6 points, which is great, but Cowboys defense only got you 1 point. Willie Snead, Jason Witten didn't even break 7 points each. Zeke looked great. Amari Cooper looked great, but just not enough to get that win. So, tough loss. All right, let's go to the Coach of the Week. And this week it is John Brown. Unfortunately for me, he got 117 points out of 119.2 possible. That's a .98 efficiency rating. The only thing he could have done was play Sterling Shepard over Jarvis Landry, which I wouldn't have done myself. So nice work, John. You earned it. You got every point you needed, and you got the win. So, all right, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we'll do the power rankings and the matchup of the week.
Hello, Charlie Kelly here, local business owner and cat enthusiast. Is your cat making too much noise all the time? Is your cat constantly stomping around, driving you crazy? Is your cat clawing at your furnitures? Think there's no answer? You're so stupid. There is. Kitten mittens. Finally, there's an elegant, comfortable mitten for cats. I couldn't hear anything. Is your cat one-legged? Is your cat fat, skinny, or an in-between? That doesn't matter, because one size fits all. Kitten mittens, you'll be smitten. So come on down to Patty's Pub. We're the home of the original kitten mittens. Meow.
All right, we're back. Power rankings for this week. Brett, you lost, but you're still on top. You're number one. Same with me. I lost, but I'm still at number 2. John Keller at number 3, and Mike at number 4. And just a reminder, our playoffs is only 4 teams, so those are the 4 in the projected playoff bracket right now. But a lot can happen to shake that up. Number 5, Jeremiah. He's on that hot winning streak. He's got Melvin back. We'll see what can happen. Number 6 is Mark. his team is getting the wins now, finally, and we'll see if they can keep going. Number 7, Chris. Number 8 is Joey. Number 9, James. Number 10 is Ben. He got a win this week. He's moving up a little bit. Number 11, John Brown. You get a win on the number 2 guy, you got to move up a little bit at least. And number 12, unfortunately, Nicholas, you're in last place. So, all right. Last part of the show. It's the matchup of the week. And this week it is Ben's Burgers versus Digs Out for Harambe. 2 teams that are currently in the projected playoff bracket, but it isn't locked in. They both need to fight this week and next week to guarantee a playoff spot. Full disclosure, this is Sunday, and the games have already started. It's about 3 p.m., and let me check. It's a pretty close matchup. So, Mike is projected 117, and John is projected 125. So this is quite the matchup. Mark Ingram already has 28.8 points, and the game isn't even over yet. David Johnson, 24.7, of course. So we'll see. They have a couple players left. We won't know until Monday night because John has Mason Crosby, so he could get some. You could get some crazy points, get him a win. And Mike plugged in Wendell Smallwood, the number 1 waiver pickup of this week. And people are saying he could be good. He's the starting running back this week, but he hasn't really proven himself. So we'll see. It's a risky play, but it could work out big time for him and get him the win that he needs. Mike's 6-5, John's 7-4. So this could be a big game for both of them. So it'll be exciting to see what happens. With that, that's the end of this week's episode. We'll be back next week, hopefully with a full reporting squad, and we'll go from there. But all right, guys, good luck for all of you fighting for a playoff spot, unless you're playing against me. So we'll see what happens. We'll go from here. All right, good luck, everybody. See ya.